really appreciate the questions that you've sent in to me. How do we protect ourselves from negativity? You know, we live in a world, as we all know, that is filled with many different sources that are not healthy for us. And you know, it's about remembering that you are worthy of healthy relationships with yourself and of course with others. And so it really starts with recognizing what are some of these sources. And we know it comes from social media, it comes from the news, it can come from customers you might work with or other students, acquaintances, just people you engage with during the day, of course your friends and your family. And really there are a few things that you can be looking for to determine whether a relationship is toxic. And there's really about 5 of these that I'd like to talk about. So think about this. These signs are going to show up in your body, and you need to trust that. Trust your inner knowing. Your body will tell you and give you signals. So number 1, are you worrying about the next interaction you're going to have with that person? Do you feel anxious? Is it really something you're fretting about before it happens? Number 2, is your energy drained, perhaps even before you see the person or certainly after that interaction? Pay attention to this sense of fatigue or just being tired. Do you have an overwhelming kind of feeling that you need to fix this person? That you need to find a way to solve their problems? That's another interesting sign. That's followed then by really a sense, maybe even of anger. Are you feeling angry after the interaction? Are you feeling pressure when you're with that person? Pressured to be someone that you're not? So those are really some of the signs to look for. So if they're there, you've got some choices to make, don't you? You know, first of all, you've got to determine whether you think you need to speak up or you just have to find a way to move on from that relationship step by step. Only you can weigh that choice. Perhaps the person is a very judgmental person, has always sort of brought you down, made you feel low, made you feel not good enough, and yet you keep going back. You've got to think about why are you afraid to be alone? Why is it better to be around someone who doesn't make you feel very good than being alone? That's an important question that it's important for you to sit with, and that may be, again, as I've said before, you need some time alone to really think about this. Maybe you'll write it down. Maybe you'll write down the choices of what are the good parts of this relationship and what are the negative, and are they, you know, how imbalanced really is it? So just to recap, it's about recognizing that you are worthy of healthy relationships, that you do have choices, and that sometimes that negativity that you're letting into your life may be coming from people who are toxic. And there are, as we've just gone over, some different signs that show up in your body that tells you, that giving you hints that this is not something that's good for you. And so it's important to recognize this and to find a way to eliminate those relationships which are negative or bad for you, and only you know this. I hope you'll be well. I hope you will find your inner peace, and that you remember to stay strong with Shelley.com.